Good morning. Myself, Dr. Balasubramaniam, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Zoology, Government First Grade College and PG Center, Chintamani. Students, today we are going to discuss about the pisciculture. So, pisciculture definition and inland fisheries. Now, this topic it is a part of the Chordate paper 3 and in the chordates. So there's a subtopic called economic zoology. In the economic zoology, we have this aspect. What is meant by pisciculture? Now this topic is a 3-hour chapter where we have in the first part, we have pisciculture, definition of pisciculture, aquaculture, inland fisheries, and second part is the fish farming or inland fish farming, steps involved in the fish farming, second aspect. Third aspect is the fish processing and fish preservation. So these are three topics are there, and these three topics are the 3 hours chapter. Now today we will discuss about the pisciculture. Now, what is meant by pisciculture? Say, pisciculture, the scientific method of rearing the fish on scientific scale under controlled conditions for the purpose of food is called fish culture or pisciculture. So, Pisces, superclass Pisces involves the fishes, the study of fishes. Maybe the chondrichthyes or osteichthyes or placodermi. So 3 parts of the superclass Pisces. Now, Pisces in Latin means in English it is a fishes. Pisces means fishes. The scientific method of rearing the fishes on scientific scale under controlled conditions for the purpose of food is called fish culture or pisciculture. So that means, so the scientific aspects are involved here. So under controlled conditions, under the man-made conditions, so there are a lot of conditions, particularly the temperature controlation, or the climatic condition, or the salinity conditions, or the food conditions, and so many steps are there. For example, there is the feeding grounds and breeding grounds, and there is the rearing ponds and the harvesting ponds. So likewise, there are so many aspects are there. Of course, one more is the disease control. Likewise, so pisciculture is the scientific method of rearing the fishes on scientific scale under controlled conditions on the scientific scale called fish culture or pisciculture. So the second part is the aquaculture, the scientific method of rearing the aquatic organisms like fishes, prawns, crabs, lobsters, etc. under controlled conditions for the purpose of food on scientific scale called, that is the aquaculture. See, aquaculture means rearing of all the aquatic animals, maybe the fishes or prawns or crabs, lobsters, prawns, etc. for the purpose of food called aquaculture. Aqua refer to the water. Now, aquaculture on the baga, that is the pisciculture. So there's one division is the fishes, rearing of fishes, that is called pisciculture. Now, pisciculture definition and inland fisheries. So here, what is the aim of the fish culture? What is the aim of fish culture? Why you should do the pisciculture? Now, as you know, we are studying the economic zoology. Now these topics come under the economic zoology. Now what is economic zoology? Economic zoology is a branch of biology or zoology which deals with the study of the animal resources. We study here the animal resources so as to increase the human wealth. Now utilization of the animal resources. Now we use the animal resources for the increase of the human wealth. Now time and again man is exploiting so many aspects. So one part is exploiting the animals, and that forms the separate branch part of the economic zoology. So here we are dealing with the animals, so increase the economy of the man. So just to increase the wealth of the man, we are utilizing the animal resources. So here, what is the aim of the pisciculture? What is the aim of the fish culture? To harvest maximum yield of fish. So particularly why so much thing is involved here. So we talk about the scientific scale, we talk about the controlled conditions, we talk about the investment, and so many things are there to harvest maximum yield of fish. That's the first part of the fish culture. To obtain palatable, tasty, pleasant, and highly nutritive fish flesh. To obtain palatable, tasty, highly nutritive fish flesh. So this is another aspect. Why you do the fish culture? So to obtain the tasty fish, the fish should be tasty, the fish should be delicious, and it should be have good, pleasant aroma, taste. So these carps have the good taste. Carps, fishes only carps are there. Second is the catfishes. So the catfishes and carps are reared for the getting the good taste. So carps are having better taste than the catfishes. So then, byproducts of fish industry. Byproducts of fish industry. So these byproducts of fish industry, there are so many byproducts of fish industry, particularly the fish scales, then fish fins, and fish dye system, and fish head. So all these byproducts of fish industries are there, and they use these byproducts to make the fish meal, and this fish meal is again used back to the as a feed for the animals. So because these fishes are the excellent source of proteins, so these proteins are recycled. Then must be able to transport easily. So these fishes, whether it is a small variety or the after harvesting, the fish should be easily transported. That is the aim of the fish culture. Quality of the culturable fishes. What are the quality of culturable fishes? Quality of cultural fishes should have ability to feed on the natural food. So any fish we are able to rear the fishes, you should have the ability to feed on the natural food. So natural food, particularly these fishes, they feed on the phytoplanktons and the zooplanktons. And of course the artificial feeds also they feed. And they should have that power to feed on the natural food condition. Second aspect, able to tolerate sudden changes in the climatic condition. So these fishes should have this characteristic. They should have this property to tolerate the sudden changes in the climatic conditions. Whether there is the increase in the salinity, or slightly increase the temperature, or increase in some other physico-chemical properties of water. If there are sudden changes in the water conditions, the fish has to able to tolerate them. should be disease resistant varieties. Of course, these fishes should be disease resistant. So there is no point in rearing the fishes and giving them to the disease, or just if the fishes are susceptible to disease, then what is the point in rearing the fishes? There is no point in rearing the fishes. So therefore these fishes should be disease resistant varieties. Further properties of culturable fishes should be fast growing. The fishes should be fast growing and economically profitable, economically viable. Economically, the farmer should get some sort of income after his expenditure. He should get some reasonable income. That is the another property of culturable fishes. Next character must be a prolific breeder. The fishes should have this property. They should breed, they should lay a lot of eggs. Particularly the females, they should lay a lot of eggs so that the progeny continues. And they should have ability to have this induced breeding. So the fishes in the scientific scale, so there is a concept called induced breeding. Induced breeding is another aspect of the part of the pisciculture, where these gonadotropins are injected to the fish to increase the number of eggs. Then should attain good weight and length. The fish should attain good weight and length. So the other property, the fish should attain good weight and length. This is another property of fishes. They should have good weight and length. So types of cultivable fishes in India. Types of cultivable fishes in India. So here, indigenous or native fish freshwater breeds. Indigenous or native freshwater breeds. So examples are carps and catfishes. When you talk about carps, so there are so many types of carps. Like for example, anabas. Like for example, labio rohita, labio calvas. Like these are the carps. So usually small in size, and the body is covered by scales. And catfishes are there. So catfishes are usually predator fishes. So here there is a barbels around the mouth, just resemble the cats. So here there is a lot of big fishes are there, catfishes. So usually sometimes they attain the length of 5 to 6 feet. So in those varieties, we have the Sacobranchus, Aclarius, Valagotu. So to name some of the fishes. Then second variety is the saltwater fishes acclimatized for fresh water. Examples are the mullets and chenos. Saltwater fishes acclimatized for fresh waters. Examples are the mullets and canoes. The third variety is the cultivable fishes, exotic breeds imported from other countries. So we have the mirror carps and crucian carps, etc. So these are the mirror carps and glass carps. So these are the exotic breeds. You see these varieties of the fishes. Now we see the next part, inland fisheries. So inland fisheries, these fisheries done in the freshwater bodies such as lakes, ponds, rivers and tanks. The reservoirs where freshwater and seawater joins form the inland fisheries. So here you see these inland fisheries, particularly in the coastal regions. So these fisheries are abundantly done in the Mangalore region and in the coastal region of Andhra Pradesh and also West Bengal, Orissa, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, all these places. So this fishery is done. So rearing of fishes in the lakes, ponds, rivers and tanks. So here, rearing of fishes in the lakes called lacustrine fisheries. Rearing of fishes in the lakes called lacustrine fisheries. Lakes may be two types. Maybe the natural lakes and the man-made lakes. Lakes are two types. One is the natural lakes and the man-made lakes. Artificial lakes, man-made lakes are the artificial lakes. Natural lakes are the natural ecosystems. Rivers is riverine fisheries. Rearing of fishes in the rivers is riverine fisheries. Lacustrine fisheries and riverine fisheries. So rivers refer to the rearing of fishes in the rivers, particularly the river Kaveri, river Godavari, Narmada, Krishna, Yamuna, etc. etc. Rivers are there. Brahmaputra, different types of rivers are there in India. Rearing of fishes in these rivers called riverine fisheries. So always this difference here, these lakes and rivers is that one basic difference is there. Lakes, these the static waters are there. Stagnant waters are there in the lakes. But in the rivers, there is the flowing waters. So there is the lentic ecosystems and lotic ecosystems. Lakes have the lotic ecosystems and lentic ecosystems. The rivers have the lentic ecosystems. And tanks. So here, the reservoirs where the fresh water meets the salt water, here the estuaries are there. So inland fishes have three types are there. One is the lacustrine fisheries, the riverine fisheries and estuarine fisheries. Estuary is a place where the fresh water meets the salt water. So that lot of climatic conditions and lot of the physico-chemical characteristics are involved in the estuarines. Particularly the flow of the water decides the salinity of the water in the estuary. So the fishes, they should have a lot of this property called euryhaline properties. They should adapt to the wide ranges in the salinity. Euryhaline. The fishes should have this property. Then inland fisheries, 5 to 6 species are reared in one water body. The selection of fish is that the different food habits and there is no competition over food. So common varieties are the rohu, ketla, carps and common carps. So there is another fourth variety. So we talk about the inland fisheries only. So we talk about the riverine fisheries, the lacustrine fisheries, the estuarine fisheries, three parts are there, and marine fisheries. See, marine fisheries are, so with the Indian southern India, landmass is a peninsular region with a coastline of 7517 km. The fishing is the source of livelihood for 14 million people. These 14 million people cast their fish nets in the marine fisheries, in the marine waters, and collect the fish from the sea and ocean. So this is the one photograph where the people in Kerala are involved in the marine fishery. So simple thing, they go in the boats or ships and somewhere in the middle of the ocean or the sea, they cast their nets and collect the huge variety of fishes and sell. So this is the one aspect of marine fisheries. So inland fisheries only we have saw the four varieties. So again marine fisheries they further divided into coastal fisheries, that is near the shore, and offshore, that is the offshore fisheries, or deep sea fisheries, that is deeper in the sea. So two parts are there. So near the shore and second part is deep in the sea. So two types of the marine fisheries are there. So marine fisheries, this is the different varieties are there. Sardines, mackerel, tuna, pomfret, mussels, prawns, oysters are some of the common types. They use the echo sounders and satellites for location of large fishes to increase the yield. So this is another where particularly the fisheries man use some techniques to collect the large quantity of fishes. So this is the common fishes used. That is the farm varieties. Farm varieties: tuna, salmon, cod and trout. So there is a extensive fish farming. In the extensive fish farming, so in this type of farming, economic and labor inputs are low. The natural food production plays a major role in type of farming. Fertilizers may be added to increase the fertility and hence the production of the fish. So this is one part, extensive fish farming. Extensive fish farming means the economic and labor inputs are very less. Semi-intensive fish farming. So they have moderate levels of economic and labor inputs. So the production of fish is higher because increased supplementary feeding and additional fertilizers to the fish are there. Intensive fish farming. In this method, the fish are stocked with many fish as possible. This fish is fed with the supplementary feed. So three varieties are there: intensive fish farming, extensive fish farming, semi-intensive fish farming. So advantages of fish farming. The farmed fish provides high quality proteins for human consumption. Fish farming can be integrated to the existing farm to create additional income and improve its water management. The farmers can select the fish species with the desirable characteristics to raise. Fish in the pond is not accessible to everyone. Thus, they have secured and are harvested at will. So here, in the inland fisheries, particularly when we talk about the pond fisheries, so the accessibility is very less. Only the person who is rearing the fish has accessible to the fish. So that is the one advantage of the fish farming. Finally, we have the topics, references: economic zoology by Shukla and Upadhyaya and Reena and Mathur, and vertebrates by Kotpa. Thank you for listening.